What if a single day could strike fear in a mighty empire, in a dictator's reign, and launch humanity into space? All before dinner. Well, history tells us that July 29th did exactly that, on multiple occasions. From naval triumphs over the Spanish Armada to the founding of NASA, this date is full of turning points. Hello, and welcome to Earth Sights on This Day series. Today, we discuss July 29th, a date that connects the fall of empires, the rise of space agencies, the birth of world-shaping leaders, and much more. In 5 segments, we'll explore the most significant events, uncover human stories behind them, and discover how this date echoes through time. Let's set sail into history. Our journey begins in 1588, when England faced the so-called Invincible Spanish Armada. After Sir Francis Drake's daring raid on Cadiz delayed Spain's plans, a decisive showdown unfolded off the coast of Gravelines on July 29th. Queen Elizabeth I of England was the head of the newly formed Protestant Church, which gave her many enemies during her reign. Her cousin, Mary Queen of Scots, became involved in various plots by Spanish and English Catholics to overthrow Elizabeth. Queen Elizabeth also supported the Dutch rebels in the Spanish Netherlands, which angered King Philip of Spain even more. This support of the Dutch rebels in 1585 is considered the start of the undeclared Anglo-Spanish War that continued until 1604 with various military conflicts. One of those conflicts was King Philip's planned invasion of England with his armada. The Spanish Armada was a fleet of 130 ships, 2,500 guns, and 30,000 men, was believed to be invincible. It was tasked with controlling the English Channel and invading England. But because of the success of Drake's mission, the fleet didn't set sail until the 29th of July in 1588. On the 21st of July, 1588, the mighty Spanish fleet was within range of the smaller English naval fleet, which was under the command of Drake. The Spanish Armada made a 7-mile-long line of ships and was a sight not before seen in naval warfare, but the English guns had superior range. Sir Francis Drake commanded a smaller but nimble English fleet. Drake's fire ships scattered the Spanish line. The wind, in England's favor, propelled their cannon range and forced Spain towards shallow waters. It's like slingshotting a pebble into a fortress at just the right angle. Small action, massive effect. This naval triumph shifted the balance of sea power and preserved England's independence, setting the stage for centuries of British maritime dominance. From a day that humbled emperors at sea, we sail centuries ahead to a moment that lifted us toward the sky. On July 29, 1958, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower signed legislation that officially created NASA, the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, a monumental shift in America's scientific ambition. Imagine feeling second best in a race. Then a leader hands you the reins to build your own rocket team from scratch. That was NASA's birth moment. NASA would go on to land humans on the moon, connect the globe via satellites, and deepen humanity's reach into space. From conquering waves and the vacuum of space, we next turn to politics. July 29, 1883, saw the birth of Benito Mussolini, a man destined to become Italy's dictator. On July 29, 1945, he was captured and executed, ending the era of Italian fascism. Mussolini's rise, from journalist to black shirt leader to Axis ally, mirrored Italy's plunge into dictatorship. His demise on the same date he was born brings history full circle. July 29th reminds us that small events can yield big consequences. From naval cannon smoke to interplanetary missions, from oppressive regimes to creative freedom, the date invites close attention. If you found these stories compelling, please like, subscribe, and share. Tell us in the comments, which July 29th moment made the strongest impression on you? Thanks for joining Earth Sights on This Day series. Stay curious, and we'll see you next time for another journey into history.